There I was at the dealership looking at the brand new car that I knew that I was going to drive home. So I call up the salesman and I tell him, this is the car I want. How can I apply? I fill out the application. I knew that I was going to get approved because my credit score was high, or at least I thought it was. So he processed the application. He came back and he said, I'm sorry, Jared, but your credit is shot and you wasn't approved for the car loan. I couldn't believe it. Shot? What do you mean shot? My credit score is high. Well, I thought it was high. So I went home and I checked my credit score. My credit score was not good. It was in the 500s and I couldn't believe it. I had so many collections on my report that it decreased my score to 500s and I didn't even know it for some reason, right? So I researched how to increase my credit score and I used those steps to increase my credit score, and right now my score is in the 700s, and I'm about to teach you how to do the same exact thing. Let's get started. All right, so before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to my channel right now because I'm going to be posting more videos about how to increase your score, how to apply for remote jobs, and also how to save money. So let's jump right into it. Go to annualcreditreport.com. Fill out the form. This is a website that will allow you to download all 3 credit reports for free for just once a year. All right, so fill out the form, choose all 3 credit bureaus, and then download the credit reports from each bureau. All right. Once you have that, the next thing that you need to do is highlight any wrong information on it, and including your name, your address, also the collections, the amount, the payment amount, the dates, anything that you think is wrong, any information that you think is incorrect, you need to highlight that information because that could be hindering you from increasing your credit score. And the goal is to increase your credit score. So you don't want that, all right? So once you've done that, now you need to go to Google and type in collection verification letter. Now what this does is you would send that letter to each collection and they have to send proof to you that they have the right to collect the debt on behalf of the original creditor. Okay, so for example, if you owe T-Mobile, but T-Mobile sold the debt to this other collection account, right? They have to show proof that they have brought the debt from T-Mobile and now they could collect the debt from you. All right, so if they cannot show proof that they have the right to collect the debt, they have to remove the collection from your credit report by law. All right, and most of the times this does work because this is how I removed most of my collections. All right, but sometimes some collections won't respond and they won't delete the collection from your credit report. So that's when you have to send a letter to the credit bureaus stating that I've sent a verification letter to this collection and they have not showed proof that they have the right to collect the debt. So can you please delete this collection off of my credit report, okay? And the credit bureaus have 30 days to investigate. And if the collection do not respond to them within 30 days, they also have to remove the collection from the credit report, all right? And that's how I remove almost all of my collections. Now, there was one that didn't work that way, and I had to do more things. I actually had to pay to remove the collection from the credit report, all right? I sent a verification letter to the collection, and they also showed proof that they have the right to collect this debt. So I was like, oh crap, they actually sent proof. Now, the next thing that I did was I sent a letter stating that I'm willing to pay 50% of the debt, but you have to make sure that you delete the collection from my credit report. And when you're doing all of this, you have to have everything in writing. Make sure that you have a paper trail. Do not call them and try to negotiate a deal, because if they don't go through with their word, you don't have no evidence that they said that they're going to remove the collection from your credit report by paying 50% of the debt. You have no evidence, all right? So that's why it's very important to have a paper trail. So make sure that you're doing everything through mail, okay? So yeah, so this last collection, I told them that, hey, I'm willing to pay 50% of the debt, but make sure that you remove the credit report, all right? I sent them a check and I sent them 50% of the debt. So I waited 30 days to make sure that the collection was removed from my credit report. I checked back in 30 days and guess what? It was actually removed and I was so thankful, all right? So this worked on all 5 of my collections on my credit report. There was one more collection that even though I did all of the steps that I did to remove the 5 collections, there was one that I couldn't remove, right? And I was like, all right, fine. I just have a year before the collection is dropped anyway, because a collection could only stay on your credit report for 7 years. And I was on my 6th year for that collection. So I didn't really care too much about it because I wasn't going to buy a house within that year, all right? But I was gonna buy a car, all right? So since I removed those 5 collections, my credit score has increased 200 points just from doing the methods that I just told you just now, all right? Trust me, this works, all right? And even if you want to increase your score even more, what you could do is go to self-lender, all right? And what it does is, it is like a bank account. It's like a savings account where you pay on behalf of your account. So you will pay every month, all right, on your own account. And what it does is that company will send the payment history to the credit bureaus. So it seems like you're paying on time each month on your own savings account. And that also will help increase your credit score. What also help to increase your score and to build up credit history is to subscribe to a secure credit card. Now, a secure credit card is different from a normal credit card. Secured means that you have to put down a deposit on the credit card. So for me, I started off with a $200 secure credit card because I put down $200 on it, all right? So after that, my maximum limit was $200 and I just used it just like any other credit card with a maximum of $200. And I made sure that I paid the minimum payment, at least the minimum payment, or pay the balance in full each month. And I did this for about six months, and my credit score has increased 50 points after paying on time for 6 months, all right? So those are the 2 things that you could do to just start building credit if you don't have credit, or just to improve your credit, all right? So I'm gonna just end it here. I'm gonna post another video on how to increase your credit score even more by building up credit history, all right? Make sure you subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.